tell there's a policeman on the door with his bloody hand in the door. Tell him to go to the police station.
Good evening and welcome to today's live coverage of our NPL West playoff semi-final, Workington versus Marine. Finishing fifth due to a drop-off in form since return of the year, Marine's season has petered out slightly, but they'll be encouraged by their recent 2-1 win over tonight's opponents 2 weeks ago. And fresh off the back of a 1-1 draw against already relegated Market Drayton Town, Workington finished second, missing out on the title on the final day behind Warrington Rylands. Commentating for you today, live from Borough Park, is me, Luke Feather. And as for teams take to the pitch, I'll read you today's lineup, starting with Marine. Starting in goal is Bailey Passant. At right back today, Josh Solomon Davis. Number 3, Joe White. Number 4, returning to the team, Mark Howarth. Number 5, Dean Winnard. Number 6, Luke Clark. Number 7, the captain today, James Barrigan. Number 8, Alex Doyle. Number 9, back in the starting lineup, Lewis Riley. Number 10, Jack Dunn. And number 11, Marine's top goal scorer, Neil Kenji. And on the bench for Marine, number 12, James Devine. Number 14, David Lynch. Number 18, Niall Cummins. Number 16, Owen Watkinson. And the substitute goalkeeper today, Tony McMillan. And this is how Workington line up. In goal, number 1, Jim Atkinson. Number 2, Kyle Harrison. Number 3, Matty Clark. Number 4, Dan Wordsworth. Number 5, Sam Smith. Number 6, Kieran Casson. Number 7, Dav Symington. Number 8, Brad Hubbold. Number 9, Ruben Jerome. Number 10, Connor Tinian. Number 11, Scott Allison. On the bench for the home team today, number 12, Nick Evangelinos. Number 14, Scott Finnick. Number 15, Stephen Rigg. Number 16, Keelan Leslie. And number 17, Liam Lightfoot. Workington in all red, Marine in all blue. Just moments away from kickoff now. Marine well supported today. Supporters coach left from the ground this afternoon. Looks like a fair few have made the drive up as well. Now looking at the Marine team today, it looks like they've switched back to a 4 at the back. Mark Howarth and Dean Winnard both back in the team today. Mark Howarth not featured since rolling his ankle away at Colne a few weeks ago. Dean Winnard was named in the starting 11 for the game against Leek on Saturday, but pulled out in the warm-up. Marino without Ollie Muir today as well, who went off at half-time. He's absent through illness. Ben Hughes not in the squad today as well. He was substituted off in the first half. He also rolled his ankle. So it looks like it's going to be Marine to get us underway. Kicking from left to right. It's going to be Luke Clark to kick us off. Ref just going through the final preparations. And we're underway. James Barrigan with a long ball to start us off. Watched safely out of play by Matty Clark at left back for Workington. It looks like Workington have started with a back 4. Casson can play both in midfield and at the back. It looks like he's started further forward. As Joe White clears early on, only as far as Wordsworth, who heads back into midfield. Up, but not away by Clark. Met by Casson in midfield, and Clark wins it again. Looks to head it forward. Riley can give chase, but Smith clears and out for a throw-in on this near side. Josh Solomon Davis at right back today. Recently returned to the starting lineup after a period out through injury. starting as a more conventional right back today rather than a wing back. Jack Dunn comes short for the option, and he gives it to him. Back to Solomon Davis. Back to Clark, but Clark gives it away. And now Hubbold looks to bring it away, but he's just clipped by Dunn, and it's going to be a free kick for Workington. Free kick to be taken by Jim Atkinson, coming about 20 yards out of his box to the left of centre. So a chance to get it on the head of their number 9, Ruben Jerome. Had a good game at the Marine Travel Arena a few weeks ago. Jerome is the target, but was headed away by Winard. Looks like Tinian and Dunn, the 2 number 10s, tussling for the ball. Tinian just watches it out of play, and it's going to be a throw in to be taken by Clark. Kenji back on defensive duties, looks to put Symington under a bit of pressure. Symington turns him, then plays it infield for Tinian. Here's Casson. Looks to play Clark in down the left, just too much on that, and it runs out for a goal kick. Gives Bailey passing a nice early chance to get a touch on the ball. So Workington finishing second in the table, just a point behind Warrington Rylands, who won the league on Saturday in dramatic style. A 2-2 draw against Bootle. Workington unable to beat Market Drayton Town, already relegated. Here's Dunn in the centre of the pitch. Wins it back off Jerome and tries to play Kenji down the right wing. Kenji's got pace. Gets down the right, looking to get it back onto his left foot. Can he manage it? He has. Just plays it back to the edge of the box for Dunn. Dunn looks to beat 2. He's got past a couple, but Doyle tries a bit of a snapshot on the edge of the box. Just a bit too much on that. He was stretching. And it's over for a goal kick. Looks to be a big attendance here today. Numbers in all 4 sides of the ground. Another brilliant advert for non-league football. Clark meets it in midfield. Riley can lay it off for Dunn, about 20 yards from goal, tries his luck. It's always rising, and he's hit the roof of the stand. Good start for Marine, lots of energy, trying to win the ball up, high up the pitch. And we're on to our second ball of the game, inside 4 minutes. Atkinson to take the goal kick. So players gather towards the far side of the pitch, down the Workington right. Up towards Allison, but Howarth can clear. Into the midfield with Clark. Now Kenji looks to take it under his control. Kenji with the ball, just lays it off for Barragan over on the left wing. Is Barragan going to swing a ball in? He is looking for Riley. It's claimed by the goalkeeper. Workington just taking their time, getting back into their shape. Marine starting the game slightly on top. Long ball forward from Atkinson over towards Joe White, who can just head it back into danger, really. And Howarth gets it away in the end, and then Doyle nods it further on. Well, as far as Cassian now. I think Barragan's been penalised for a free kick, for a foul there. It's going to be a free kick about 25 yards from goal to be taken by Connor Tinian. Dangerous number 10 for Workington. It's a long way out, but it's fairly central, so the cross isn't really on. There's two players stood over it, Symington and Tinian. Left-footed option and a right-footed option. It's about 35 yards from goal. Marine setting up a 3-man wall of Clark, Solomon Davis and Doyle. It looks like it is going to be Tinian. Tries his luck from a long way out. And Bailey spilled by Passon. And it's tapped in by Scott Allison from close range. It's a nightmare start for Marine inside 6 minutes. There's a free kick from about 35 yards taken by Scott Allison. So Connor Tinian. Bailey Passant just made a bit of a mess of claiming it, and Scott Allison was there to tap in from close range. And inside 6 minutes, Workington have the lead. How will Marine respond? Responding by defending again. Dean Winnard has to nod that back to Bailey. Bailey claims it a lot more comfortably this time. Just got to keep the focus, Marine, not let the early goal bother them too much. Long kick forward from Passant. Headed back by Harrison. And Riley looks to put Smith under a bit of pressure, tries his luck, drags his effort wide. It was a long ball forward from Passant, just nodded back by Kyle Harrison towards his own penalty area. And Riley just dragged his effort wide of goal with his left foot. But they just need to stick to the plan, Marine. They made a bright start to the game in the first 5 minutes. In terms of shape today, Dunn's started on the left and Kenji started on the right. Two left footers, I'm sure both of them would prefer to start on the right, but it is Kenji that gets the nod in that position. As Clark heads it towards Dunn. He looks to play it towards Kenji, controls it well with his chest. Back for Riley, who can spray it out wide for Solomon Davis. We know he's got speed. Just being stood up there by Symington. And away by Clark. Towards the dugout. Winnard with a quick throw in, back for Mark Howarth. Howarth looks to play a long ball forward for Riley, but he's never going to get on to the end of that one. The ball rolled out on the far side towards Wordsworth. Harrison, and Wordsworth has it again. They look long this time, he does. There's too much on that for Jerome, so Winnard can just head that clear fairly unchallenged. Back up into the air and headed away by Casson. The ball's in the chest of Riley now. As Dunn looks to volley it forward towards Kenji. Kenji might just be offside there. Continues to push and wins the throw-in. Neil Young barking orders at his top goal scorer, telling him to keep the pressure on. Solomon Davis with the throw-in into Dunn. Clark looks to play it forward. Back into midfield now with Barragan. Here's Dunn. Lines up a volley and just took a deflection on its way. It came off a Workington body. So Marine have got the first corner of the game. It's going to be taken by Dunn. He's got a very good set-piece delivery on him. He's proven that since joining about a month ago. It's going to be an in-swinger for Dunn. In towards the near post and not his best, cleared away by Tinian. So it's going to be a throw-in for Marine now. Solomon Davis you would expect to come up and take, but it is actually going to be Jack Dunn to take the long throw option. Launches it towards the box, in towards Winnard. Flicks it on for Riley and can't quite make connection, and Atkinson gathers. Just taking his time on the ball now, Atkinson. Plays a very low clearance and Clark can gather, back for Howarth. Howarth looks to play it forward for Riley, it's not the best ball. Tinian back to Harrison, and Harrison looks to play it forward, but Howarth under a little bit of pressure. Back to Bailey Passant. He sliced his clearance, but it looks like Solomon Davis can clear it further. And Clark looks to put it back towards the Marine defence, headed clear by Dean Winnard and out of play. So Bailey Passant just needs to get his nerves in check. He's made that poor mistake in the first few minutes, but just needs to move on from that now. Clark with the throw in down the line for Workington, headed away by Solomon Davis. And Kenji looks to bring it away. Good work from him. Just runs into trouble. Good challenge from Casson. Now Symington has it down the left wing. One-on-one with Solomon Davis. Solomon Davis just gets a foot in and it's out of play. Throw taken quickly back for Clark, but it's just bounced up off Clark's hand. It's going to be a free kick for Marine. It's a hectic start inside the first 12 minutes here. If you're just joining us, it's Workington 1, Marine 0. Scott Allison breaking the deadlock inside 6 minutes after a mistake from Passant, as he couldn't quite claim the free kick from Connor Tinian. It's Passant with the free kick up towards Dunn and Riley. It's cleared away as far as Clark. It's Barragan. Can he get it under control? He can't. And now Harrison will look to bring it forward. Good footing from Clark, but the ref's given a free kick against Marines number 6. Looked a decent challenge from here, but referee disagreed, and Workington have got an early problem. It looks like Ruben Jerome is down over on the far side. Not what they needed this early into the playoff semi-final. Scored the equaliser away at Market Drayton Town on Saturday after coming off the bench. In the build-up to this game, you just wondered what the mentality would be of the Workington players after just missing out on winning the title, automatic promotion. But they've made the best possible start here at Borough Park. So it's a slow start for Marine. It doesn't bode well for them given their history of going a goal down this season. Whenever they have, they've only won once. I think that sums up their poor second half of the season. The first half of the season won 16 out of a possible 19. In the second half, just 8 wins, 5 draws and 6 losses. If they'd have carried that up throughout the whole season, they'd have finished. Looks like Jerome is just leaving the pitch over on the far side. The physio's got him. That's going to be a free kick in the centre circle for Workington, just inside their own half. It's just laid off for Tinian. He seems to be the lively danger man in the opening stages. Foot in from Clark and cleared away by White. Riley's the furthest forward for Marine. He'll give chase under Wordsworth. It's a good battle over on the far side. Wordsworth just manages to clear. But it's in the midfield now with Dunn. Good turn from Dunn. But Hubbold wins it back off him and plays it back to his keeper, who can clear further. Jerome miscontrols and Doyle plays it forward for Kenji. Good touch from Kenji. Just launches it wide. Gets down that line really well. Good tackle from Clark. And which way has the referee given this? It looks like he's given a corner. Could have gone either way, that one. So it's going to be another opportunity for Dunn to get the ball into the box. Howarth and Winard both gone forward. Those were 2 aerial threats in there. It's in towards the centre circle. In towards the centre of the box, sorry. White looks to flick it into danger. Doyle on the edge of the box. Just over Howarth's head, I think. That was aiming for Howarth, but decided to leave it. Long ball forward from the Workington back line, and it's straight out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in for Marine over on the far side in the left-back position on about the halfway line. Or maybe further inside the Marine half than that. It's Joe White to take. Ball down the line. Looked to be flicked on by Riley. And Harrison gets it away. Winard heads that away. And can clear again. Up towards Riley. Can he win the flick on? Looking for Barragan. He can. Can Barragan just protect the ball? He can. I think the last touch came off Harrison. It's a marine throw into Jack Dunn. Not the best control. He's fired it back at Barragan. Barragan, the captain today, can't quite control that one. It's gone out of play. Throw in to be taken over on the far side by Harrison. Up towards Jerome, but he's just missed that one, and Dunn looks to play it forward quickly, but can't find anyone. It'll run through to the goalkeeper. Atkinson with the ball in his hands now. Clark's in a bit of space if you can find him. He has. It's a brilliant kick out from Atkinson. Ball forward looking for Symington. Solomon Davis has just left that one. Jerome can catch up with it. He's put it through the legs of Solomon Davis. Can he whip a ball in? He can. Doyle can clear. Casson. Looked to be kept in by Kenji. It's not the best header from Clark, but Smith looks like he can just clean up. He's made a little bit of a mess of it, but it's away from danger and out for a corner. A little bit of a cheap corner from Workington there. Can Marine take advantage? Everyone forward bar Barragan and Solomon Davis. Doyle just making his way to the edge of the area. Another ball in from Dunn. Towards the 6-yard box. Headed away, but not away from danger completely. As Clark looks to get a left-footed ball back in. Can Riley get there? It's not the best clearance again. Howarth on the edge of the box looks to get it back into the area. He's bouncing around. There's Kenji on the edge now. Can he get it down the line? He can. For Solomon Davis. Gets a low ball into the box. Riley's there. Back for Joe White. Oh, it's a brilliant block from the Workington back line. White was arriving late. And now they can come away through Tinian. He's got Jerome to the left of him. He plays him in. Maybe looked on the edge of offside, but it's been closed down by Winard now. The force very far wide. And here's Hubbold. Switches it for Harrison if he can get a ball into the box now over on the far side. The right back does whip it in. Howarth clears. As far as Clark. Good play from Clark into Tinian. It's not the best effort from him. And Passant gathers. So we just need to be wary of that counter-attack there. It was launched by Allison. Passant with a long kick forward. Looking for Riley. Just cleared up. And out by Smith. Solomon Davis now will take the throw in. Dunn just picking up a sort of number 10 position. Floating around to the right wing now. Good movement from Dunn, but Solomon Davis throws it infield for Kenji. Looks to swing it towards the back post, and Clark wins it again. Forward by Solomon Davis. In towards Riley, but Riley's just come from an offside position, and it's going to be a free kick for Workington. They've taken it quickly, looking for Jerome down the left wing, but there's just too much on that, and it's run out of play. Winard throws it back for Bailey Passant. Plays it across for Mark Howarth to bring it out. Plays it long, looking down the left wing. It looks like White is going to keep that in. It's a good ball from Howarth. It's Joe White looking to get down the line. Oh, his ankle's just been clipped. Looks like his ankle's just clipped there on the far side by Harrison. He's going to earn his side a free kick in a dangerous position. down near the corner flag, about 5 or 10 yards away from the corner. Lewis Riley has assumed control. Jack Dunn started to position the ball, but Riley, the free kick specialist in the side. It looks like it's a little bit wide to be shooting, but he's eyeing it up. Maybe just a bit of a gap in the top right corner, but it's going to have to be a very good effort. It's in towards the centre. Kenji on the volley. Oh, what a goal from Neil Kenji. It's a fantastic ball in from Lewis Riley. It was headed up, but not away by the Workington back line. It falls for Kenji on the volley, and that is a screamer. 22 minutes in. Workington 1, Marine 1. Back in it. Now that is just what Marine needed. The longer the game went on, the more you start to think about Marine's poor record. It's going a goal behind. But level we are. And that is an absolute cracker from Neil Kenji. He's not been in the best of form since the turn of the year. Scored 9 goals in the first half of the season. He's only had 2 since, but he's got his 12th league goal of the season in some style. And we are level. Harrison looks to play it infield for Hubbold, who can play it forward. Away by White. And further away by Barragan, but out of play it goes. Now how can Workington react to that Neil Kenji goal? Can Marine continue on the front foot? Casson looks to play it forward, out of play. Marine just need to take advantage of this now while they are on the front foot. Down the line goes for throw-in, but headed away by Harrison and further away by Mark Calf at the other end. Neither team getting it under control. Joe White clears it, looking over the top. Can Riley? June Atkinson's come a long way out of his box, but Wordsworth takes care of it for Workington. It's a little bit messy, but Allison manages to just hoof it clear for Workington. Bailey passing comes a long way out of his goal. It's not the best clearance. It's ended up under very little control, and it's cleared away. Atkinson looks to clear it away at the other end, and it's just gone out of the ground, that one. So we're on to our third ball of the game. The Marine fans behind Passett's goal. Vocal over on that far side. Good support for Marine on a Tuesday night. A very long trip as well. Up in the lakes. Here's Dunn. Looks to get down the line. He's beaten one brilliantly as he ran out of space there. Yep, it's going to be a throw-in. As always, remember to keep getting your messages in the chat. I'm reading through them as we go. Workington look to launch a counter-attack here. Symington, he's got speed down the left-hand side. He's got Solomon Davis for company, though. Solomon Davis has done well to just stand him up. Workington's top goal scorer. And it's Kenji back on defensive duty. Brilliant from Kenji. Tries to wriggle away and he's fouled. Wins his side a free kick. Takes the pressure off his defence. It's great tracking back from Kenji. He's having a good game so far. So we're about just over halfway through the first half of this playoff semi-final. If you're just joining us, it's Workington 1, Marine 1. Scott Allison gave Workington the lead inside 6 minutes with a close range finish. Kenji levelled things up with a cracker on the volley from just inside the penalty area. Just a pause in play as Atkinson retrieves the ball. It's an offside against Riley. Atkinson readying the free kick. Up towards Jerome. Winard just about wins it. Symington keeps it in after Clark tries to get it out of play. Luke Clark, that is. He's hobbled in the corner, but taken off him by Winard. Now Riley appeals for a free kick. Looked to be a little bit manhandled, but not enough in it, in the eyes of the referee. Mark Half with a long ball forward. Atkinson again, he's come a long way out of his box. He's done well this time. Volleyed it clear. Luke Clark can try and keep the pressure on with his header. Kenji over on the far side now. And a ball forward from the Marine midfield, dealt with well by Sam Smith. Headed back to Atkinson, who can just take a little bit of time, take a bit of sting out of the game. So it's a very fluid front three from Marine. Dunn and Kenji have swapped sides now. Riley's pretty much staying central. Here's Symington now for Workington. He's got Clark down the line if he wants to use him. I think he might have just wandered offside there. Back to Symington. Tries his look from range. Better claim from Passett this time. Not quite 100% convincing, but he's got the ball in his hands and that's the main thing. And a long ball forward towards the right wing, where Riley looks to chest it down for Kenji, but it's cleared away by Tinian. It's a good win from Allison to nod it on for Jerome. And Winard, it's a daft challenge from Winard there. He's pushed over Jerome, who was just shielding the ball, and then he's tried to throw it down the line for Kenji, but the referee had already blown for a free kick. So it's going to be a chance to get the ball into the box for Workington on this near side. The left wing. Just a few yards off the touchline. It's Connor Tinian, whose free kick led to the opening goal. Just a one-man wall for Marine. Jack Dunn stood there on his own. Ball in from Tinian. Not sure who got the final touch on that, but it's ran right across the penalty area, and Clark looks to play it down the line. Luke Clark, that is. And then hoofs it clear, looking for Kenji, but he just hooked it a little bit. And it's out for a throw-in. About 10 yards inside the Workington half. As we approach the half-hour mark. 1-1, it stands. Throwing down the line from Harrison. Doyle and Barragan both up for that. And Doyle beat his captain to the ball and headed it out of play. Harrison again with the throw-in. Casson looks to make an option. He has it now, looks to dink it forward, away by Doyle. Doyle again, looks to get it clear. And there's a speculative one from Tinian. It's headed down by Symington, and now Kenji can just clear long. But they'll come again, Workington. Kenji having to do a lot of defending so far, despite his goal. Clark, not the best pass from Matty Clark at left back, trying to play it out wide for Dav Symington. Just passes it out of play. Solomon Davis to take the throw in. The wind is just starting to pick up here in Workington. How will that affect the game? Down the line from Solomon Davis, headed on by Riley, but no one's there, and Smith's clearance comes off of Kenji. And Matty Clark throw the ball down the line. And Mark Howarth can just head that clear for Marine. Doyle has it in midfield now. His opposite number, Hubbold, is there with him, and Doyle wins the free kick. Brad Hubbold is penalised. About 20 yards inside the Marine half now. Inside the Workington half, sorry. Oh, a chance for Howarth and Winard to go forward again. Clark stood over the ball, slightly right of centre. A chance to get the ball in the box. Howarth and White and Winard all stood at the back post. Riley is in there as well. Kenji and Dunn just on the edge of the box. Ball in from Luke Clark. It's towards Riley. He's met it, but it's too high and it's out of play. Did well to win it. So it's going to be a goal kick for Atkinson. Long ball forward, met by Jerome, up into the air. Barragan just loses the ball for a second there, and Harrison looks to come away. And Clark just kicks his ankle there. Might be lucky to escape a booking here, Luke Clark. The referee's calling him over. And I think we're going to see our first yellow card of the game. Stop the counter-attack there, Clark. Just a cynical one. He knew what he was doing. The ref's giving him a talking to, but no card. Maybe if we were half an hour into the second half and not the first, then that might have been a yellow card. Just a score update from Leek Town tonight. Runcorn Linnets lead 2-0. So as it stands, they're heading to the playoff final. The referee just having one last word with the Marine defence before Symington prepares to whip a ball into the box. It's in towards Jerome, I think. Passant tries to punch it clear. It's a bit of a scramble in there and it's cleared away. I think it's Winard that's got the decisive clearance in there. Not quite convincing again on these balls into the box. Here's Matty Clark to take a throw in for Workington. Not many short options, so you'd assume he's got a bit of a long throw on him. He's launched it towards the box. Clark just needs to keep his hands down. It's headed behind by Wordsworth and out for a goal kick. It looks like they're getting joy from these set pieces, Workington. A couple of Workington fans just teasing Passant there, calling him to get the ball off him and then throwing the ball away. But it's going to be a goal kick to be taken by Marine's goalkeeper. Long central ball towards Riley, but it's won in midfield well by Harrison and cleared away by Tinian. But it's going to be a throw in down this right hand side for Marine. And about the halfway line. 10 minutes to go till half time. Still Workington 1, Marine 1. Tinian and Kenji with the goals. Allison, sorry, not Tinian. It's Solomon Davis with the throw in. Back for Winard. Winard across for Howarth. Under pressure from Jerome now. Howarth just needs to clear his lines, and he does. Looking down the line for Joe White. Met by Harrison. Here's Symington. And it's a good leap from Howarth. It's a little bit in the back of Jerome. But he did win the ball. Very forceful from the Marine defender. Or should I say midfielder playing in defence, as he has done for much of the season. So throw in for Workington. Luke Clark into Barragan. Barragan's deflected clearance headed away by Harrison. It's in midfield now. It's very much a bit of a game of head tennis, this. Oh, it's not the best clearance from Howarth. And now Tinian can pick it up to the left of goal. Solomon Davis stands him up well. Down the line, I think it's Symington over on that far side. It's a lunging challenge from Tinian as Kenji tries to bring it away. Oh, the referee just went in his wrong pocket for a second there. He originally got the red card out and realised the error that he'd made, and it is going to be a yellow card for Connor Tinian. "37 minutes in and we have our first yellow card. A few minutes after Luke Clark was perhaps a little bit fortunate to escape a booking. The Workington fans not happy with that decision. And the Workington fans just booting the ball away from Passant, so a bit of a delay here.
That was a no foul. That was a definite foul.
So this is, of course, the 5th time these two teams meet this season. Marine currently lead with 2 wins, Workington with 1 win. And a draw in the FA Cup earlier this season. Of course, Marine won the replay at the MTA. Long ball forward from Passant. Looking for Riley. It's headed by Smith, and it's going to be another corner for Marine. And news of another goal at Leek. It's Runcorn Linnets are now 3-0 up away at Leek Town. It's going to be done with the chance to whip another delivery into the box. In towards the near post, headed away. And Hubbold gets it further clear. Doyle looks down the line for Dunn. Dunn controls with his chest in his thigh well. Can he whip a ball in with his right foot? He can't, but he can win a throw-in. Good defending from Matty Clark. Marines assistant manager Alan Morgan barking instructions at the players. Throw-in flicked on by Winnard and had to be cleared by Jerome, back on defensive duties. And I think it's going to be another corner. It is going to be another corner. We're just waiting for another ball. Another ball in from Jack Dunn on this near side. The left foot of Dunn from the right corner. Ball in towards the near post again. It's not the best delivery from Dunn. And now he's got the chance to make up for it with a long throw-in, which I assume he will take, and he has launched it towards the box. Doyle looks to get it back towards the box. Clark nods it forward. Up by Wordsworth, up by Howarth, and away by Casson for Workington. Solomon Davis back on defensive duty. Just plays it. Not the best pass back for Passant, but he's got time to control it. Just getting a little bit of stick from the Workington fans, as he has done for most of the half. Just takes his time for clearance, gets it away. Lewis Riley challenges but doesn't win it, and Winnard does win it. And away by Wordsworth up the other end. 2 big brute centre halves heading it between them. It's going to be a throw-in for the Mariners on the halfway line. About 5 minutes to go. Can't imagine there'd be too much stoppage time. Ruben Jerome was down for about a minute earlier on in the half. Been a couple of delays while we get new balls as well. Maybe 2 minutes to be added on. Solomon Davis to take the throw-in. Looks down the line. Riley makes an option. Controls it well with his chest and then looks to play it forward for Kenji. Cleared away. And Riley Looks to head it back into Kenji, but it's cleared. And Clark heads it back in for Riley, and Matty Clark went up for it as well. Clatters into the back of Riley. And they've just kicked the ball away. It's cheers from the fans as Marine's physio tries to head it back, but makes a bit of a mess of it. But back to the pitch, and it's going to be a free kick for Marine about 25 yards from goal. To the left of the penalty area, Luke Clark and Jack Dunn stood over the ball. Two of the new signings announced on the same day about a month ago. Two players that have made good starts to the game, actually, Luke Clark especially. It's going to be Luke Clark to take by the looks of things. He does whip it towards the back post. Winard gets in there, but it's cleared away. Doyle looks to get it back into the box, and that's a better clearance for Workington. Solomon Davis on the halfway line, or back deep into his own half. But here's Symington now on the right wing for Workington. Chance to counter-attack, but Marine are back in numbers now. Symington tries to swing a ball in. Howarth stoops low to clear. Here's Matty Clark getting down the left wing. Infield. And here's Casson with a long-range effort. Took a wicked deflection, I think, off Winard. And it's out for a corner. I believe that's the first corner of the half for Workington. So a chance for them to get the big men forward. Sam Smith's gone forward, as has Dan Wordsworth. In fact, they're all in and around the penalty area, bar Matty Clark. Headed away by Barragan is the corner. Kenji gets there first, looks to turn on touchline. One back off him by Hubbold. He looks to swing a ball into the box, and it's just missed over on that far side by Smith, but he can keep it in. He's got Casson for company. He's also got Harrison, who he does choose to play to. Here's Casson now. Ball forward into Hubbold. Riley just threw his legs over on the far side. Clark defending well for Marine. Cleared away by White. And here's Dunn. Riley's clearance is blocked, and Winard can get it further clear. But Workington will come again, but Winard heads clear. And now Kenji. Can Marine counter-attack? They can through Dunn. Down the line for Kenji. Oh, it's miscontrolled by Kenji, but I think he can keep it in. He can. Looks to turn. Wordsworth, good foot in, and it's kept in by Tinian. Into Symington. Good tackle from Luke Clark. He's been everywhere today in that midfield. It's a great half from Luke Clark. But it's ball down the line. A little bit too much on that, and it's gone out for a goal kick. Sounds like we're going to have 2 minutes of injury time at the end of this first half. If you're just joining us, I've just seen a few people have joined the stream. It's currently Workington 1, Marine 1. Scott Allison with the opener for the home team, but Neil Kenji with a rocket of an equaliser. Here is Kenji on the halfway line, under challenge from a couple of defenders, but Solomon Davis has got it over on this near side now, looks to get down the line. And cleared away by Matty Clark. Is done now. Looks for a long switch, but it's good play from Allison. Scorer of the first goal to take it away from Barragan. Back for Smith, who can clear up towards Jerome. He plays it on towards Allison. Allison's got a bit of space to run. Oh, good challenge from Solomon Davis, but Jerome's still on the ball and away by Luke Clark. Here's Lewis Riley. That's it back for Clark. It's just bobbled up. Just bobbled up before he cleared, and it's landed on the roof of the stand. Luke Clark Matty Clark to get us back underway with the throw-in. Solomon Davis heads up, but behind. Howarth clears. Harrison comes again with the ball. Up towards Allison. Here's Hubbold. Down near the left corner flag. Luke Clark is with him. Back for Casson. Looks to swing a ball in. Allison can't quite take it. And now Alex Doyle can hoof it clear. Misjudged a little bit from Wordsworth there. And Barragan looks to spark a counter-attack. He's got Harrison for company. Just stopped and played it down the line for Joe White. He's got no support really. He's had to turn. Back for Barragan. Barragan looks to swing a ball in towards Dunn. And away by Allison. Howarth just needs to not dive in here as Jerome has his back to goal, and the referee has given a free kick to Workington. I shouldn't imagine there'd be too long left. We've played the 2 minutes that the referee added on. And there is the half-time whistle. Half-time, Workington 1, Marine 1. Scott Allison opened the scoring inside 6 minutes after Bailey Passant spilled a free kick from Connor Tinian. But on around the 20-minute mark, Neil Kenji equalised for the Mariners with an absolute rocket of a half volley after a free kick from Lewis Riley. Both sides have had chances. Both teams are very much still in it. And at half-time, it's Workington 1, Marine 1. Join me in 15 minutes for the second half. Hello and welcome back for coverage of tonight's NPL West playoff semi-final between Workington and Marine. Score's currently at 1-1, thanks for an early goal from Scott Allison before Neil Kenji equalised halfway through the first half. It's been a 50-50 game so far, hard to say who's been on top. Few chances for either side. I'll just run through the Marine team once again, just in case you're just joining us. In goal, Bailey Passant. Right back, Josh Solomon-Davis. Left back, Joe White. In the centre of defence is Mark Half and Dean Winnard. In midfield three of James Barrigan, Luke Clark, who's probably the man of the match for Marine so far, and number 8, Alex Doyle. And a front three of Lewis Riley, the goal scorer Neil Kenji, and Jack Dunn. Looking most dangerous for Workington, as you'd expect, their top goal scorer Dav Symington and their captain Connor Tinian, who's the only player on a yellow card so far. Workington look ready to get us back underway through Hubbold. Just waiting for the referee's confirmation. The Workington fans behind Passant starting to make a bit of noise. And we're underway for the second half. It's Cassant with a long ball forward for Workington, which Howarth can defend and put out for a throw-in. Workington looking to make a quick start in the second 45. It's Kyle Harrison has come up to take the throw-in for Tinian, but Barrigan can get it away. Back towards the box from Wordsworth. Headed on, I think it's by Allison. Bailey Passant has the ball in his hand once again. So just needs to settle some of those first half nerves. Does Passant. Spilled a free kick from Tinian before Allison tapped in the 6th minute. Luckily for him, it's not proved too costly so far. It's Dunn on the ball. And Dunn looked to launch it down the wing and chase. Harrison is trying to shield it. Shields well, and Dunn just pushes him over. A little bit of handbags between Dunn and Harrison there. Died down very quickly. So a free kick for Workington. Booted forward by Atkinson. Winnard wins it. Dunn and Hubbold go up for it. Both of them miss it. And Barrigan looks to flick it on for Dunn. It's not a great challenge from Dunn. He was sort of falling and he slid as he fell. Didn't win any of the ball and gave away a free kick. Atkinson to take just inside his own half. Long ball forward from Atkinson towards the left wing, headed away by Solomon Davis. Is going to be a throw-in over on the far side as Workington kick left to right in this second half. Tinian's over there to take. He's got Matty Clark with him. Here's Allison making a run, but he's not used him. He does use Allison now. Solomon Davis needs to keep his hands off him. He gives away a free kick. Solomon Davis. It's basic stuff. Allison tries to just shield the ball from Solomon Davis. He's a little bit too enthusiastic with his challenge, and he gives away a cheap free kick. So another dangerous position on this free kick for the home side. Everyone except Hubbold and Matty Clark forward for Workington. Casson lurks on the edge of the box. Luke Clark will be the one to try and close him down if he does get the ball. Driven in, Barrigan Just gets it clear. It's not a great ball in from Symington. But they have a throw in, which will now be taken over on the far side. I think it's Tinian. Everyone back for Marine. And away by Kenji. Here's Harrison now, under a little bit of pressure from Dunn, but he should have time to clear it. And Doyle now, he had a little bit more time than he thought to take it down, but he just gets it clear. And Harrison, under pressure from Dunn, heads it away. But Dunn was just a little bit late on Harrison. Gives away a free kick. They're just getting a little bit sloppy with these needless free kicks. It just takes all the pressure off. Instead of just standing off them and forcing Workington to play out, they're just giving away cheap free kicks and makes it easy for them. Atkinson plays it, a brilliant long ball forward. Brilliant distribution today from Workington's goalkeeper. Luke Clark has it in midfield, plays it back. And Doyle, Barragan now on the left of midfield, gives it away to Symington, who tries his luck, just wide of a post. Bailey Passant wasn't quite convinced and put in a dive. But it's just sailed past the post. So we're 5 minutes into the second half. We remain at a goal apiece. Here's Mark Howarth now. Boots it clear towards Barragan, looks to flick it on towards Dunn. Dunn flicks it on, but he chases his own flick on. Atkinson comes out and clears. It's good clearance from Atkinson. Howarth wins the header. Clark moves it on for Marine, headed away by Harrison. Good challenge between Tinian and Howarth. And Barragan just gives away a free kick. About 15 yards inside his own half. Just need to stay resilient here, Marine. It's a good spell of pressure from the Reds. Symington and Tinian stand over the ball. The two danger men. The two danger men for Workington so far today. It's going to be Symington. It's a high ball and it's not quite dealt with, and it is because the Workington man at the back post is offside. So it's going to be a free kick inside the penalty area for Passant to take. So a long ball forward. Looking for Kenji on that right wing. Can't quite control, under a little bit of pressure. Here's Clark. Looks down the line for Hubbold. Winard can just watch it out of play over on the far side. Here's Passant in his all-yellow kit. So if Marine were to win today and progress to the final, it would be their first win away at Workington since 1987. Not traditionally a friendly ground for Marine to travel to. Granted, in that time, there was a 17-year gap between games. So throw in over on the far side. Ball into the box for Workington, but Passant can gather. Now Passant just taking a little bit of time on this, maybe just trying to slow the game down a little bit. It's been all Workington in this second half so far. Long ball forward, searching for Barragan, but headed away by Wordsworth. And now Dunn Can he play in Kenji? He's on his right foot. He wants it on that left. He just scoops it wide for Barragan. It's a good ball. Barragan, another one. Just wants it on the left. Scoops it in towards the penalty area. Wordsworth with a vital interception. Puts it behind for a corner. Lewis Riley was waiting for it. It's going to be a first corner of the half for Marine. This time to be taken by Luke Clark. Over on the left-hand side, so it's going to be an in-swinger. That's going to be a ball into the box from Luke Clark. They've got height in the penalty area through Howarth, White and Winnard. It's a ball in towards the near post. It's punched away by Atkinson. It looked like it might have just crept in there at the near post. Workington looked to bring it away, but Doyle ends that counter-attack. Good sweep in from Doyle. Going to be a throw in just in front of me, down the Workington right. To be taken by Kyle Harrison. Launches it down the line looking for Jerome. Jerome just misses it, and here's Symington under pressure from White. He's done well there, the left back. Good tussle between White and Symington. It's getting a little bit messy between White and Casson. Casson just a bit of a shove on White, and the former FC United left back runs away wisely. Here's Harrison. Throws it into the centre, flicked on by Tinian and cleared away by Winnard. Big header from Wordsworth to put it out of play and clear his lines. Joe White will throw the ball back into play for Mark Howarth. Down the line from Howarth, looking for Kenji. He's made the run. Smith just shoves him out the way and heads it away, but ref's not having it. And it's a poor clearance from Casson, and it's out for a throw-in. Just sliced it there, the Workington number 6. Joe White throws it infield for Barragan. Looks to get it past Symington, win it back, but Symington's just defended that well. A couple of words exchanged between the left back and Workington's top goal scorer. Jim Atkinson will get us back underway with the goal kick. Aims it down the left-hand side. Flicks it on, looking for Hubbold, and Howarth can clear his lines. Throw-in to be taken by Matty Clark over on that far side, in towards Allison. But put out of play by Solomon Davis. Another throw-in, further up the pitch this time for Workington. Clark once again. Looks infield for Allison. Allison lets it run. Gets it back onto his left foot. Can he make space for a shot? Lays it back. Whips in towards the back post. Headed away by White. Falls for Harrison. He makes a bit of a mess of the shot. It's Symington now down the right wing. Oh, it's a late challenge from Barragan. And it's a needless free kick from Barragan. No need to make that challenge. Symington's gone down. And he's going to receive treatment. He looks okay, but I think Barragan's going to receive a yellow card. Rightly so. It was a late challenge. Fairly high. So James Barragan is the first man for Marine to pick up a yellow card. He joins Connor Tinian in the book. So if you're just joining us, the score is still 1-1. Goals from Scott Allison and Neil Kenji in the first half as Workington prepare to whip in another free kick. This time, Connor Tinian. Ball whipped in towards the back post. Pass, it's made a hash of it. And it's a goal. It's Sam Smith. And it's Sam Smith from a couple of yards out. Taps into an empty net. It's a fantastic ball in from Connor Tinian. Met at the far post by a Workington head. And Sam Smith made no mistake from close range. Workington 1. Workington 2. Marine 1. An hour played. And Workington lead in this playoff semi-final. So how will Marine respond? They responded well in the first half to going a goal behind. It's a fantastic finish from Neil Kenji to level things. They're going to have to find another leveller to keep their promotion hopes alive this season. It's Tinian deep inside his own half, looks down the line for Allison. And now Matty Clark looks to clear his lines, and Marine have it back. They must find a leveller now. They've got half an hour to do so to at least send the game into extra time. It's Joe White with the ball down the left wing. He's being held up by Symington. Back to Barragan, who's got a little bit of space. Plays it infield for Dunn. Dunn can't quite turn. Now Symington can look over the top for Jerome. And Mark Howarth clears his lines. As Workington fans behind the goal making a lot of noise now. Marine just have to gather themselves, ride this storm, and make sure they do not go 3-1 down. While they're only a goal behind, there's still hope. Long clearance from White. Lewis Riley under challenge from Smith, the goal scorer. Doyle looks to play it forward for Dunn. Wordsworth's gone up, challenging with Dunn. And Dunn has stayed down, but Workington will carry on at the other end. Here's Solomon Davis now, looks to bring it away. And Allison just forces it out of play. Dunn's back to his feet now, but the ref, I thought the ref was just going to check on Dunn, as you should do if the player's holding his head, but the ref's decided not to do that. Winnard plays it back for Bailey Passant. Back to Winnard. Winnard now with a long ball forward. Down the line looking for Riley. It's a poor touch. Goes away from him and cleared by Wordsworth. Here's Howarth. Plays a long diagonal looking for Neil Kenji. Kenji can keep it in play, but not much direction on it, and Hubbold will clear. Up towards Jerome. Here's Winnard. Here's Riley now. Can he turn? He can. He's got Barragan to his left. Barragan swings the ball in towards the back post. Good goalkeeping. Good, very confident goalkeeping from Jim Atkinson. And he claims the ball. About 27 minutes to go of the 90. Workington 2, Marine 1. Ball in the centre of the pitch now with Neil Kenji. Back to goal. Under challenge, and it's gone out of play for a throw-in for Marine. Just thinking about a couple of subs on the bench that could make a change for Marine. Of course, the club captain Niall Cummins is there. Has only scored 3 goals in the second half of the season. all came against Market Drayton Town in that home game. Owen Watkinson there as well. Not scored many goals this season, but will inject a bit of energy to the forward line. So the ball's in midfield now with Casson. Looks to play it down the line for Symington, but it's out of play. Joe White will get us back underway. Throws it back towards Howarth. Across for Winard. Winard looks to bring it forward. Down the line looking for Riley. Flicked away into Luke Clark, who plays a 1-2 with Barragan. Barragan gets it back. Back for Dunn. Dunn looking to make his way into the box. Good tackle from Harrison. Barragan plays it back for Luke Clark. Barragan, White, into Dunn. Howarth has it inside his own half now. Looks to play it down the line, looking for Riley. Headed away, no nonsense by Dan Wordsworth. Here's Mark Howarth now. Marine having a lot of possession now as we search for an equaliser. Here's Winard bringing it forward. Back for Clark. Just needs to get a foot on it, but it's just bounced over his foot. Here's Joe White. Good dart inside. Looking down the line for Kenji, but he's never going to get there. But he heads the clearance away. And here's Hubbold. Looks to play it in towards Jerome. But Winard, vital touch on it, and might just clear it. He has. Down the line, looking for Clark. But here's Matty Clark for the home side. Cleared away by Hubbold. Is Symington. Good touch control. Back for Harrison. White. White looks to play it forward for Dunn. But here's Casson. A long ball forward from Hubbold. No nonsense. And Bailey keeps it in play. Still getting a little bit of stick from those Workington fans behind the goal. They've been relentless on him for the whole game. Long ball forward for Riley, but won by Wordsworth. Howarth comes charging forward and just about wins the ball. Harrison up for Doyle. Riley can play it wide for Barragan. Barragan looks to swing a ball in. And now Hubbold on the edge of the box, and Workington can look to spark a counter-attack here. Hubbold back out wide for Tinian. Tinian wide for Allison. First goal scorer today. Here's Matty Clark. In an inside left position, the left back. Plays it, ball across the box, and cleared away by Barragan. Wordsworth comes a long way to meet the clearance. And now Riley, can he take it down? He's can't quite take it under his control there, Riley. Matty Clark over on that far side, looking down the line for Jerome. He's got Winard for company. And Solomon Davis can look to play it forward, but it's not the best clearance, and he's got there again. And now Clark will clear it further for Marine. Harrison heads it back forward. And it looked to be a bit of a 50-50. Allison was leaning into Clark, but Clark was dragging Allison down with him. And it's going to be a free kick for Workington. Halfway through the second half now. Workington lead 2-1. Sam Smith prodding in from close range. And Workington got a chance to get the ball into the box once again. About 30 yards, 35 yards from goal. It's deflected from Symington, and Passant gathers. Looks to play it out quickly, but a couple of Workington players stop that from occurring. Here's White. Sends Wordsworth. And here's Doyle looking over the top for Barragan. It's just cut out from Harrison. Here's Riley. Barragan plays it looks to play it back for Riley, but cleared away. It's getting very scrappy, this. And eventually it's a free kick for Workington in a defensive area for the Reds. Now Jim Atkinson, the Workington goalkeeper, will just look to slow things down a little bit. The game was moving at a very fast tempo at both ends of the pitch. Marine chasing an equaliser. About 70 minutes played. Long ball forward, this time from Atkinson. Looking for Allison over on that far side. Heads it on. Howarth can clear. Riley looks to flick on. Matty Clark over on the far side for Workington. Out wide now, looking for Clark again. Here's Solomon Davis as the ball runs out of play. For a throw-in is Winard. Winard has to play it back for Passant. Safety first. Passant's come a long way out of his goal, and it's not the best clearance, and Tinion's got it. Oh, and Winard just gets a foot in before Tinian could unleash from range. Here's Allison again, looking down the line for Jerome. Crucial touch from Winard to stop it getting to him. And Workington have a throw in. So Workington in no particular hurry to take this throw in as they look to eat up a few seconds. Matty Clark down the line looking for Allison. Headed away by Winard. Further away by Dunn. And Riley will give chase on Wordsworth. Wordsworth just slips and Doyle can pick it up. Wordsworth comes away with it. Good defending. Clark has dived in there. And it's over. A few of Workington players have surrounded Clark. I think the referee was going to deal with it. Very unnecessary. I think Clark will receive a yellow card, but a little bit unnecessary from the Workington players. And Luke Clark, wearing the number 6 today, is the third name in the book. Joins Connor Tinian and James Barragan. So it's going to be a free kick for Workington just inside their own half. I think it's going to be Atkinson to take, the goalkeeper. It's a long ball towards the right flank. Joe White heads it out of play, so it's going to be a throw-in for Workington. On this near side, here's Jerome. Harrison.
Down the line.
Looks infield for Hubbold. And away by Clark. Wordsworth. And now here's Kenji. And it's just about managed to squeeze its way through to Luke Clark on the left wing. He cuts back for Barragan to swing a ball in. It's a dangerous ball towards the back post. Atkinson. Good goalkeeping from Jim Atkinson. Marine just look a little bit lost for ideas at the minute. You just wonder how much longer now Cummings will sit on the bench. If he were to make an appearance today, that would be his 100th for the club. For the club captain. Jim Atkinson's come a long way out of his goal again. And he's cleared well. It's Howarth back into midfield, but here's White. Looks to flick it over the head of Symington. Shielded well by the number 7. Just boots it down the line, looking for Jerome, but Howarth's done well, but the referee's given a free kick to Workington. Howarth just looked to shield it out of play. But Jerome gave chase, put him under a bit of pressure and managed to tap the ball past him. But I thought Howarth had just about managed to get goal side of him, but the referee's given a free kick to Workington. About 16 and a half minutes to go by my clock. As it stands, Workington will be in the playoff final. As Mark Howarth just receives a yellow card for his troubles there. His first game back for a few weeks. So as it stands, Workington will play again on Saturday at home to Runcorn Linnets. They lead 3-1 away at Leek Town, so a bit of a surprise there. I think Leek would have gone into that one as the favourites. Of course, all 4 teams that made the playoffs, brilliant teams in this division. As it stands, this will be the end of Marine season. As Tinian swings a ball in, headed by Barragan, and it's gone out for a corner after Barragan's head on. I think Symington's just picked up a yellow card there for booting the ball away, trying to waste a few seconds. It is going to be a Workington corner. So the yellow card's starting to rack up today. I make that 5 so far. So it's from set pieces where Workington have looked most dangerous. Marine have looked a little bit shaky at the back. In these situations, it's going to be a ball into the box, in swinging from Symington. There's Casson looking to get down the right. He gets past Clark, up and away from White. Done into the feet of Barragan, can play it wide for Kenji. Kenji looks to get down the left wing. And he wins the throw-in. The referee and the linesman between them just about worked it out as a Marine throw-in. And I think we're going to get our first changes of the day. Luke Clark leaves the pitch, as does Lewis Riley. And on comes Niall Cummins and Owen Watkinson. 2 attacking changes. You'd imagine Cummins will take that central striking position. Watkinson probably down the left, Kenji down the right, and Dunn in the number 10 role. I have to say I'm a little bit surprised that Luke Clark's come off. I thought he'd been one of Marine's better performers today.
Well done, Scotty. Well done, son.
And it's going to be a change as well for Workington. Scott Allison, scorer of the first goal, has been replaced by Nick Evangelinos, who did score at the Marine Travel Arena a couple of weeks ago. As the ball is in the hands of Atkinson. And I think Atkinson stayed down. Marine launched a throw-in into the box. And as it ran through to Atkinson, Kenji put a challenge in. And the referee is just ensuring that Atkinson's okay before he brandishes any cards or takes any action against Kenji. Although he is having a lengthy chat with Marine's goal scorer today. But no card, and Jim Atkinson receives treatment. So we've got a break in play as Jim Atkinson stays down under challenge from Kenji. So just confirmation of a few changes there in case you missed them. Now Cummins and Owen Watkinson are on. Luke Clark and Lewis Riley have left the pitch for Marine. Scott Allison, goal scorer number 1 today, has been replaced by Nick Evangelinos. And it looks like Atkinson is ready to get us back underway. He's managed to gain a few yards of his free kick. And it's a long ball looking for Jerome. Oh, it's not the best header from Howarth. And Evangelinos back into the path of Jerome. Out wide for Symington. Just sends White there with the dummy. Swings the ball into the box. And now Howarth can boot it clear. Only as far as Casson. But away by Doyle. Casson. And then Doyle again. Watkinson gives chase down the left wing, but out of play. So it's going to be a throw-in. It's going to be a throw-in for Workington. Down the line from Harrison. Watkinson wins it, but again, it's not a solid connection, so he's just flicked it on, really. It's Symington. Into Jerome, and a strong challenge from Watkinson. Evangelinos looks to turn on the edge of a box. He lines it up from 20 yards. The ironic cheers there. As Passon yet again struggles to make a convincing claim of the ball. But he boots it forward, looking for Cummins. Flicked on by Dunn. And away once again by Workington. Shouts from offside. And the ball is back eventually in the hands of Atkinson after a long ball forward from Winnard. Into the final 10 minutes now. Workington lead 2-1. As it stands, Workington will meet Runcorn Linnets in the final of the playoffs. And a long ball forward from Atkinson caused a little bit of trouble there. Winnard wasn't entirely convincing, and Jerome went down, but Passon gathered the ball in the end, and here's Cummins now. Looks to flick it inwards towards Watkinson. Can he break away? It's cleared out by Casson. Is White with the throw-in. In towards Dunn. Back to White. Barragan looks to play it down the line for Watkinson. Can head it into the path of Cummins, and here's Dunn now. Tries to drag it along into his path. Cleared away, and here's Winnard. Winnard plays it wide for Barragan, who's ended up over on that right-hand side. Long diagonal looking for Cummins. Cummins can flick on towards Kenji, but cleared away by Smith. Barragan again in the middle of the pitch. And here's Dunn. Can he bring it forward? He can. Tries to clip it down the line for Kenji. Controls back to goal. Effort from the edge of the box is blocked, and it's out for a corner. Over on the far side, on the right-hand side of the pitch. And it's going to be Dunn to go over and take, so it's going to be an in-swinger with the left foot of Dunn. He's put a few corners in so far, and they've not been his best. So can he improve on his delivery and produce a leveller? It's a decent one in towards the near post. It's headed away, but Dunn has got the chance to get another ball in. It's a very low, flat ball really, and Workington clear. Barragan under pressure from Symington. And as Barragan clears, it strikes the hand of Symington. So it's going to be a free kick for Marine. Passett's come forward to take it. A long ball forward, up towards the back post. Flicked on from Doyle. Cleared away, and here's Barragan on the halfway line. Everyone back for Workington now. Barragan with a ball towards the back post. Atkinson's come a long way. He's not quite cleaned it. He does at the second attempt. It's not quite throw the kitchen sink at it time for Marine, but we're not far away. And a long ball forward from Atkinson. Flicked on by Winnard, and it lands in the hands of passing. Here's Mark Howarth. Brings it forward for White. Looks down the line for Watkinson, but Watkinson was looking to get him behind. It's just starting to get a little bit edgy among the Workington fans. The Reds just trying to get the ball forward quickly rather than retain possession, and adding to the tension among the home supporters. Long ball forward. Cummins looks to flick on for Watkinson. I don't think Watkinson could keep it any calm. It's going to be a throw-in on this near side for Workington. It's Harrison down the line. And eventually cleared from a Workington man. Passant under very little pressure at all. Workington sitting very deep now. Only Jerome remains as the outlet. Winard under a little bit of pressure, but Doyle can flick it forward for Marine. Here's Kenji. Looks to play in Solomon Davis down the right hand side. And the linesman's got his flag up. I'm not sure why, because he was never offside. I'm not sure how he's given that one, but that's the end of that attack. Jim Atkinson, of course, will take as long as he can with this free kick, just trying to eat up the time now. Workington as they edge closer to the playoff final, into the final 5 minutes of regulation time. There's not been too many lengthy stoppages. Atkinson was down for maybe a minute earlier on in the half. And the ball is in around the midfield area. Doyle looks to play it for Kenji. He tries to play it down the line. He's just fouled there. I think it's Matty Clark that's toppled Kenji. And we may be seeing another yellow card. It's not Matty Clark, sorry, it's Sam Smith. As it stands, the match winner. So a third yellow card for Workington. 3 apiece now. Barragan over on the far side with the delivery. Can he get this right? In towards the centre of the pitch. Watkinson flicks it on. It's too far out and there's not enough direction or power on it to trouble Atkinson. It's straight into the hands of Atkinson. Those Workington fans behind the goal very vocal now as they have got 1 foot in the final. Winard can clear for Marine. Kenji being manhandled there. But Barragan looks to play it forward up towards Cummins. Just lays it off for Doyle. It's a good ball over the top for Dunn. Dunn looks to play it infield for Solomon Davis. Doyle takes over on the edge of the box now for Barragan. He lines one up. It's blocked. It's Dunn. Out wide now for White. Good spell for Marine. White whips the ball in. It's deep. Kenji lines it up again. It was just laid off from Cummins. Kenji struck again, similar to his goal in the first half. A little bit too high this time from Neil Kenji. Into the 88th minute now. Workington lead 2-1. First half goals from Scott Allison and Neil Kenji before Sam Smith prodded in what would be a winner if scores remain the same. Can Marine find that little bit extra to force the game to extra time and keep their promotion hopes alive? Winard heads forward, but Jerome wins this header, looks to flick it on for Hubbold, and Howarth clears down the line. Tinian, his pass is cut out by Doyle and out of play. Is Hubbold in the centre of the pitch now. A little bit of pressure from Dunn. Long ball forward from Hubbold. Passant can roll out for Howarth. Howarth can play it down the line, looking for Watkinson. Can Watkinson just about? No, he can't. Wordsworth clears his lines. Solomon Davis over on the far side under pressure from Evangelinos. Winard, long ball forward now. Looking for Dunn. Bounces over Dunn. Watkinson. Cummins is in there. Oh, it's a shove in the back from Cummins. He's having a word with the ref, to put it lightly. He's not happy with that decision, but it did look like Cummins did have a bit of a forearm in the back of the defender. It was good defending from the Workington man, just to get his body in between him, between Cummins and the ball. When he started a free kick, alleviate the pressure. Into the final minute of regulation time. Long ball forward from Atkinson. And Solomon Davis heads back to Passant. Passant now with a long ball forward. I think we can be expecting a lot of long balls forward in the closing stages now, as Marine just look to throw everything they can at Workington. It's Josh Solomon Davis with a throw in, but he leaves it for Jack Dunn. It looks a long way away from the box, but we know he's got a long throw in his locker. 5 minutes added on. Into the box from Dunn. He's got it back. It's White this time. Oh, it's a poor cross into the box from Dunn. And it's out for a goal kick. And now we're potentially seeing a little bit of gamesmanship from Harrison, who stayed down, but the referees has told him to get up and get on with it. So in case you missed it there, 5 minutes added on. 5 minutes for Marine to find an equaliser and send the game to extra time. So we receive news of another goal at Leek Town. It's another one for Runcorn, and they are in the playoff final. They lead 4-1. Long ball forward from Atkinson. Winard wins it. Barragan forward, and away by Matty Clark. Here's Howarth now. Just misjudges the bounce slightly and is able to half volley clear. It's a great ball for Joe White if he can get there, but Harrison beats him to it. Out for a Marine throw on this near side. Joe White thinks about playing it back for Howarth. It's Howarth now. Long ball looking down the line for Cummins and wins a free kick. He just made the point to the referee there that Wordsworth was holding his arm, and it was enough to win the free kick. Now a chance to get the ball into the box from the left-hand side of the penalty area. Dunn and Doyle stand over the ball. Maybe 25, 30 yards away from goal to the left of centre. Looks like it would favour a left-footed cross, in my opinion. So I think it would be Jack Dunn to deliver. Cummins is in there. Watkinson, Howarth, Winard. Everyone really is forward, apart from Bailey Passant. And it won't be long until he starts going forward. Good ball in from Dunn. Atkinson punches clear. Solomon Davis wins a free kick. It's a challenge from Casson over on the far side. Looked like he might have got a toe on the ball, but it's going to be a free kick for Marine. Casson picks up a yellow card, but I think he'll take that in the grand scheme of things if things stay as they are. Dunn has got another chance to get a ball into the box. Can he make it count? Everyone forward for Marine. Ball in, headed away. It's Solomon Davis just to get down the right. Cleared by Symington. 3 minutes played of added time. They're just refusing to give a ball back now. They eventually do get it back. White. It's Solomon Davis. Cross for Barragan. They've just got to get the ball forward now, Marine. Oh, it's a poor touch from Solomon Davis. He sent Barragan a bit further than he would have wanted. Long searching ball forward up towards Watkinson into Cummins. Now White can get down the line, but Symington's back on defensive duty well. But White just about wins the throw-in. And it's getting a little bit nasty down here. There's a little bit of crowd disturbance, but in the midst of all that, it's getting a little bit nasty on the pitch as well. I think Watkinson had just clattered into a defender there, and not what we want to see. Watkinson's got a couple of words to exchange with Hubbold. Atkinson still has the ball in his hands. A long ball forward from Atkinson. Just bounces through for Bailey Passant. It's got to go forward now for Marine. And it does. Up towards Watkinson. Heads it on for Cummins. Can Cummins flick it on? Comes back, wins a free kick. Final 10 seconds of the 5 added on. Tension's running high here at Borough Park. Jack Dunn with the free kick. Bailey Passant makes his way forward. Can he make himself a hero? He just drills it in towards the box. That's not what Marine needed from Dunn. And then he gets absolutely clattered over by Symington. It's a quick free kick taken by Barragan. White looks to smash it forward now. Up towards Winnard. Winnard wins it. Can Watkinson chase? Cassin clears. It's going to be another throw-in in a dangerous position for Marine. Passant makes his way forward. It's going to be Dunn with a long throw. We've played over the 5 minutes now. Into the box. Flicked on. He's fired in. It's Neil Kenji. Dramatic 96th minute equaliser. It's Neil Kenji again. It's 2-2. We are going to extra time. Unbelievable scenes. A long ball into the box from Jack Dunn. Flicked on it, all scrambled across the box. And it's Neil Kenji at the far post. It's 2-2. You can hardly believe it. It's not been a game of many chances for Marine. We've played over the 5 minutes added on by the referee. And it's a 97th minute equaliser from Marine's hero of the season, really. The top goal scorer is Neil Kenji. Come on, Marine. And we're back underway. You would imagine there's only seconds left. Atkinson looks to play it forward. And it's full time. Boos from the Workington fans. And we are going to extra time. Stay with us as we'll be back with live commentary in just a few moments. Goal early on in the game from Scott Allison after a bit of a blunder from Passant. Allison was on the case to tap in. And then Kenji equalised halfway through the first half with an unbelievable volley. Early in the second half, it was Sam Smith, this time giving Workington the lead from close range. But Neil Kenji at the death makes it 2-2 and sends us to extra time. Hello and welcome back to today's coverage of the NPL West playoff semi-final. We are heading to extra time. If you weren't listening at the end of the second half, 97th minute equaliser. 97th minute equaliser from Neil Kenji, his second of the game, sends us into extra time. 5 minutes added on at the end of the second half. 2 minutes over those 5 minutes, and Neil Kenji fired in to send us to extra time. A big half an hour now for Marine and for Workington. Workington narrowly missed out on winning the title on Saturday. Could Marine send them out of the playoffs on Tuesday? No changes at the end. No changes at the end of full time. Cummins and Watkinson did come on in the second half for Marine. Nick Evangelinos, the only change for Workington, coming on for the goal scorer of Scott Allison. As James Barragan gets ready to get us back underway. And we're off. Back for Dunn. Looks to play it forward instantly towards Cummins and just swept up well by Smith, scorer of the second goal. And in case you missed it, confirmation that the other finalist is confirmed. Runcorn Linnets have beaten Leek Town 4-1. What a result for them. So the winner of tonight will face Runcorn Linnets in the final. Here's Kyle Harrison on the far side, looking to play a ball forward, but Kenji now, Marine's hero. In towards Doyle. Doyle's toppled by his opposite number, Brad Hubbold. Both number 8s have had a fine game today in the middle of the park. Long ball forward looking for Cummins, and Cummins is judged to be offside by the linesman. And it looks like we're going to have our third sub of the game for Marine. Josh Solomon Davis is coming off for James Devine. He's only recently back from injury. Josh Solomon Davis has been struggling with a groin problem. It's no surprise that 120 minutes might be too much at this stage for him. So James Devine comes in and fills in at right back. The versatile midfielder slash fullback slash centre back. Long ball forward from Atkinson. Devine's first involvement as he heads it clear. There's Smith and Cummins. Good tussle for the ball and in for Dunn. Dunn under pressure in the middle of the pitch, just loses it. And it's going to be a throw in for Workington. Last deflection coming off of Dunn. Throw in to be taken by Matty Clark. Perhaps signs of a few tired legs out there now. More and more long balls forward. There's Doyle. Smashes it forward looking for Watkinson, headed away. Doyle again, covering so much ground as he always does in there, Doyle. Howarth with a long ball forward, looking for Watkinson, but cleared away. And a long ball from James Devine, up towards Owen Watkinson, controlled well by Watkinson. Cuts inside, lays it back for Barragan. Thought about swinging a ball in, plays it into feet now for Watkinson on the edge of the box. Out wide is Neil Kenji on his right foot, pokes it forward, and it's Kenji again. It's a hat trick. It's Neil Kenji. It's a long ball forward into the penalty area, into the feet of Watkinson. He manages to prod it forward into the feet of Kenji, and with his right foot, He pokes it past Jim Atkinson. It's Workington 2, Marine 3. Neil Kenji, hat-trick. From 1-0 down to 1-all to 2-1 down to a late equaliser to 3-2 up in extra time. As it stands, Marine will be in the playoff final. Still a long time to go to be thinking about that. We've only played just under 4 minutes. Where do you want your statue, Neil Kenji? Apologies if we've had any audio problems there. Hopefully those should be turned back up for you. There's a couple of players down now for Workington. It's Sam Smith who scored the second goal for the Reds. Looks like one or two starting to cramp up. But Kenji's, as I said earlier on in the game, he's not been prolific in the second half of the season. You know, he's only scored twice in the second half of the season. Well, he's added 3 to that tally today. Just the second Marine player to bag a hat-trick this season after Niall Cummins managed 3 at home to Market Drayton Town a couple of months ago. For Cummins, those are the only 3 that he's managed since Boxing Day. Here's Matty Clark now for Workington. Looks to play it forward, as now the onus is on Workington to get the ball forward quickly. Here's Evangelinos. Plays it into the feet of Symington. Dangerous for Symington. Good defending. Desperate defending for Marine. Barragan goes down, but to come forward again. Barragan's back up. Symington into the box. Winard. Oh, it was very nervy there from Winard. He sliced his clearance, and to be honest, I thought it was 3-all, but it's just gone wide of the post. Six minutes of extra time, played. Corner for Workington. In towards the centre of the box, cleared away by Watkinson. Anywhere will do. But they just need to regain a little bit of composure, Marine, get a foot on the ball. There's still a lot of football left to be played. About around 25 minutes. Here is Matty Clark to try and launch one into the box. Jerome flicks on, cleared away by Howarth. Now Cummins giving chase in his 100th appearance for the club captain. Can he lead the club to promotion? The ball in midfield now with Doyle, just lets it bounce, then clears it away. Up towards the hat-trick hero, Neil Kenji. But he was never going to keep that in play, so it's going to be a throw-in for Workington. Throw-in down the line from Matty Clark. And Devine heads that one out of play. They tried to take a quick one down the line. Can Winnow just shield it away from Evangelinos? Just bobbled up. Here's Kenji now. Kenji. He's running the show on this right wing, Neil Kenji. Fantastic play from Marines number 11, Marines star man, and potentially Marines player of the season. To answer the question that we've had a few times, the final will be played as it stands at Runcorn Linnets because they finished higher than Marine in the league. But if Workington were to come back and win, then the final will be played here on Saturday. So whoever finishes higher in the playoffs, they will host the final. So as it stands, it's going to be Runcorn Linnets versus Marine on Saturday for a place in the Northern Premier League. Here's Winard, heads it across for Howarth. Howarth just needs to calm things down. Instead, he smashes it long. I suppose anywhere will do at this stage. 8.5 minutes played. Long ball forward from Atkinson this time. Clark looks to head it forward again for Workington. Here's Casson. Foot in from Dunn. And Doyle looks down the line, perhaps looking for Kenji or Cummins. In the end, it was neither. Headed up into midfield is Tinian. Tries to head it forward as Devine can boot it forward for Marine. Smith and Atkinson, bit of a mix-up between them, but Atkinson just about gets it back to his centre-back Smith. Long ball forward from him. Howarth heads it clear into midfield. Barragan. Here's Watkinson. Can perhaps get Kenji down this right wing, still full of energy, deep into extra time. Atkinson slices his clearance, and it's a throw-in for Marine. Alex Doyle, as well as a couple of Workington players, starting to feel hamstrings and calves. It's really taking its toll, especially a player like Alex Doyle, covers so much grass. I can't quite work out who the Workington player is. I think it might be Brad Hubbold, again another player who's covered a lot of grass. Two tireless number 8s beginning to fade. And it looks like we're going to get back underway. Who's going to be taking the throw in? I can't quite tell. Jay Devine just eating up a few more seconds by taking his time with the throw in on this near side. Looking down the line for Neil Kenji. Here's Watkinson. Back to Devine. Back down the line. Trying to get it to Watkinson, but just passes it out of play, runs out of space. Are we going to have a sub for Workington? Yes, we are. It's going to be the number 15, Stephen Rigg, coming on for Workington. Just trying to work out who's coming off. I think it might be Brad Hubbold. So an attacking change for Workington as they trail by a goal. Mark Howarth clears back up the pitch. He's done. Looking forward for Cummins. But Cummins is penalised for a foul on Smith. Long ball forward now from Atkinson. Howarth does enough to put the Workington man off. And now Howarth just has to get it out of play as he runs back into his own box. And the referee not quite sure whose ball that was, but the linesman's giving it to Workington as they carry on. Down in that corner is Evangelinos. Back for Clark. Jumps on the floor, no shouts for a penalty though. And Kenji now has it on the right wing. Looks to play it down the wing, but can't quite chase after his own pass. Clark plays it forward for Workington, headed back towards their goal by Watkinson. And here's Atkinson. Long ball forward from him once more. Met by Howarth. He's headed absolutely everything back there, Mark Howarth. Been brilliant in the defence today. Joe White, it's a bit of a dodgy clearance from him, and he's sliced it. but because he has sliced it back to his own goalkeeper, the referee has allowed him to pick it up. Just about a minute and a half left of this first half of extra time. Here's James Barragan, wide for Kenji. Kenji just cuts back inside. Dancing with the ball, here's Dunn. Oh, we can't quite slide it through for Cummins. Out wide for Evangelinos. Down the line, met by Barragan and cleared forward by the skipper. Cleared away again. Jerome flicks it on for Tinian. Tinian in for Jerome. Mark Howarth. Long ball forward from him. And it's straight through for the goalkeeper Atkinson. Another long ball forward. And here comes Harrison. Out wide. It's Rigg over there. For Symington over on the right wing. Being stood up by two Marine men. Can he whip a ball in towards the box? Aims for the top left corner, but just too much on that, and it's out for a goal kick. We're going to have another substitution. It's going to be number 14, Scott Fennick, coming on. I believe it's Sam Smith coming off. Oh, potentially not. There's confirmation it was Sam Smith being replaced there by Scott Fennick. And we're going to have 2 minutes added on. 2 minutes added on at this first half of extra time. Cameron, yes, it is still 3-2. A Neil Kenji hat-trick as it stands, sending Marine to the playoff final. Here's Cummins down the left wing. Being stood up by Symington. He just uses his body well. Wins a throw in. Throwing into James Barragan. Just can't quite keep it in play. There's going to be a goal kick to be taken by Atkinson. About a minute left of this half of extra time. The ball bounces over everyone, and Dean Winnard wins the free kick by putting his head in the way of Jerome's boot. Winnard back to his feet now. And back down. Just potentially eating up a few seconds, I think. Someone's been booked. I think he's booked Winnard. It seems a little bit harsh, seems though he's down holding his face. Not sure I've ever seen a player get booked for getting kicked in the head, but there you go. Just a few seconds left of this first half of extra time. Pass it with a long kick forward. Up towards Cummins. But they'll look to bring it forward, this time through Rigg. And Joe White now, can he clear his lines? Down the line, looking for Cummins. Who was a little bit late on Harrison there on the far side. So it's going to be a free kick for Workington. Atkinson to take. We've now played 2.5 minutes of added time. Up towards Rigg. Here's Tinian. Looks to get one into the box. Up towards Jerome. And cleared away by White. And it's half time of extra time as it stands. Neil Kenji is sending Marine to the playoff final. He's completed his hat-trick in extra time with a left-footed prod from the right of the goal past Jim Atkinson. It was a very tidy finish. He's not been very prolific in the second half of the season, but he's making it count today. As it stands, Marine are in the playoff final. It's Workington 2, Marine 3. It's all about mentality now for Marine. How much have they got left? There's a few players stretching, just trying to get every last ounce of energy out of their legs with these final 15 minutes as they look to book a place to the playoff final. And they would be travelling to Runcorn. A much shorter trip for Marine fans than a trip to Workington on a Tuesday night. Much more favourable for the Mariners. Of course, Marine and Workington have gone to extra time already this season in the FA Cup replay at the MTA. David Lynch scoring the winner on that day for Marine. Matty, to answer your question, the playoff final would be this Saturday, and as it stands it will be at Runcorn.
It's been laid down.
Apologies for that. We are just about ready to kick off for the second half of extra time. Marine 15 minutes away from the playoff final. Now as it lines up, it's pretty much going to be a 4-4-2, if that. Maybe even a 4-5-1. Watkinson adopting a very unnatural defensive position, and we're back underway. 15 huge minutes in Marine season. Devine clears. Up towards Dunn, but he knows he's about a mile offside there, so leaves it for Wordsworth to head away. And here's Evangelinos. Tries to play it forward into Rigg. It's a good ball out for Symington. Symington looking to get past White, dinks the ball in towards the back post, headed away. I think it's Jay Devine over on that far side. Oh, can he stop the cross? He's done a great job there, Devine, of keeping Rigg away from the goal. But they can get a ball into the box now, in towards the centre, headed away. And even further away by Howarth. Desperate defending a little bit there from Marine. But if that's what it takes to get them to the final, then so be it. Long ball forward, up towards the defence. Winard, not a solid head on that, and now they can clear again. It's just bounced over Cummins' head there. He's not happy, he thinks his ankle's been stood on. Long ball forward from Atkinson. Couple players starting to go down now. Not the best clearance. Barragan gets it away. Doyle's gone down. Dunn on the ball. Looks to just hoof it clear. Looking for Kenji. Doyle and Winard down on the floor now. But Workington will carry on. So Winard and Doyle back to their feet until it goes out of play. And now they're back on the floor. I think they're just suffering from a bit of cramp here. Understandably so. Of course, Winard and Alex Doyle are not players that have been short of injuries this season. Winard was a late withdrawal from the squad on Saturday with a knee injury, replaced by Ollie Muir, who is sadly not with us tonight. He's suffering from an illness, so we send our best wishes to Ollie Muir. But it's taken a big effort from the Marine squad with all their injury problems this season to get to this position. Yes, they've had a drop-off in form in the second half of the season, but with all the injuries they've had, if they could beat Workington at their own ground today and set up a final, that would be huge. But here's Symington down the right for Workington, swings the ball in towards the back post, headed back into the centre, and Doyle manages to get it cleared. Doyle not moving freely at all, and I think Doyle is just going to join the defensive line. I don't think he's got the energy to get up and down the pitch as he has for 105 minutes. Now Kenji, he's always full of energy, looks to scoop it forward towards Dunn. Atkinson's come a long way to clear. Howarth heads it up towards Symington. Cummins is back there defending. Back for White, clears it. Clears as far out for a throw-in, which will be taken quickly by Tinian. Back to Atkinson. Long ball forward. Cummins, another one in that back line, heads it away. And here's Kenji coming again. Man who seems to never get tired. Whether it's the first minute of 101st minute. Tries to slip it forward for Watkinson. Oh, there's a strong challenge in there, and Cummins left on the deck, and now Workington will come again. Tries to get round Devine on that far side. Great defending from Jay Devine against Matty Clark. Tries to get it into the feet of Neil Kenji, but Workington will come again. Here's Tinian, stood up by Watkinson. It's all hands on deck now for Marine. Here's Symington, cuts in on the left foot, tries his luck, drags it wide. Marine will take that all day long. 4.5 minutes played of the second half of extra time. About 10 minutes to go. Ruben Jerome now stretching out his calf. Players from both sides feeling the exhaustion. It's a very, very high intensity match that this has been. So we've played 110 minutes of it. Oh, it's a great kick out from Passant towards Watkinson, who heads towards the corner. But Symington, good defending from him to win it back off Watkinson. Long ball forward, but Howarth clears again. He's been so solid tonight, Howarth. Another shout for man of the match. But of course, if it stays as it is, there's only going to be one winner for man of the match. His name is Neil Kenji. Long ball forward, headed away by Joe White, another one who's had a fantastic game. Out wide for Workington again. Here's Symington, being stood up by White. Symington whips the ball in. Passant, he spilled it, and they've just about got it away. It's brilliant defending from Winard to get this bail out Bailey Passant. Again, it's not brilliant on the cross from Bailey, but Winard threw his body on the line and got it behind for a corner. Desperate defending. Ball in towards Bailey Passant. He punches it clear. It's going to be another corner. Don't think they realised at first that they'd won another corner. They began to kick the ball back towards Bailey and get in position, but the referees awarded another corner. Bailey's been shoved over. I'm not sure what's gone off there. My view is a little bit obstructed, so apologies if the commentary is not quite accurate here, but I just saw Passant go down. He's back to his feet now. The ref's having a word with a couple of players. Looks like it's going to be another in-swinging corner from Tinian towards the back post. Punched away by Bailey. That's better from the goalkeeper. Here's Casson under pressure from Kenji. Kenji's come a long way to foul Casson. He's given a free kick. And a few of the Workington bench on the pitch in protest. but it's going to be a free kick. It's going to be a free kick and a dangerous position for Workington. About 25 yards from goal, right of centre. It's a free kick for Joe White for his protests, I believe, as it was Kenji that made the tackle. To answer your attendance question, I think it was announced at about 1,300, so another fantastic attendance in this division. 1,326, thank you, Neil. So it's going to be a free kick. The usual suspects for Workington stood over it. Dav Symington and Connor Tinian. You would imagine Tinian would be the favourite for this, although he seems to be standing away from the ball. He's lining it up now. Tries his luck. Off the wall. Bailey wins the free kick. Under challenge here as he went up to claim it. He's bundled over and wins a free kick. So we have played about 110 minutes now. Back to Jim Atkinson, the ball goes. Long ball forward. Winard heads clear. Here's Neil Kenji. Tries to clear. Does Winard. He's gone ball chasing a little bit and away from Dunn. It is very much desperate defending from this point in. Winard heads away. And there's Niall Cummins, just about keeps it in at far side. No, he doesn't. It's gone out for a throw in for Workington on the halfway line. Here's Tinian, I believe, on the ball. There's time to pick out a pass now. Back for Clark. Headed away by Mark Half again. Here's Rigg. Tries his luck from range. Dribbles all the way through for Bailey Passant, who will take those all day long. About 15 minutes to go. Long ball forward from Passant up towards Watkinson. Headed on and back in possession of Atkinson. Long ball forward. Headed away by Dunn. Dunn wins it again, and now Kenji can come away down this right wing. He's got time and he's got space, Neil Kenji. He's going to head towards the corner flag. He's cut in. He's tried to beat one, and now Dunn can pick it back up though. Here is Dunn down the line for Kenji, but Kenji was in an offside position, coming back. So not long to go now into the final 3.5 minutes. Marines still lead 3-2, thanks to a Neil Kenji hat-trick. It's a ball wide for Tinian to pick up. The Workington captain just plays it back into the centre for Harrison. Long ball forward from him. Into a box and cleared away by Howarth. Now Kenji can pick it up. Looks down the line for Watkinson. Watkinson's got a bit of time, a bit of space. Will he just head towards the corner flag? 3 minutes to go. It's bundled over by Harrison. It's brilliant play from Watkinson to win the free kick. A matter of moments for Marine now, so they look to book their place in the playoff final against Runcorn on Saturday. Workington protesting with the referee, but they're only wasting their own time, really. Less than 2.5 minutes now, as I have definitely got one eye permanently fixed on the clock. It's Jack Dunn and Watkinson just going to try and keep the ball in the corner between them. They've done a decent job, and Watkinson comes away with it again. And I think, oh, there's a little bit of afters between Dunn, and Dunn just needs to be... Dunn needs to be smart here. Doesn't need to go and get himself sent off. Of course, if he was sent off, he would miss the final on Saturday. Not in his best interest to pick up a red card now. About 90 seconds plus added time to go. Jim Atkinson. Kenji closes down the clearance, and the Marine fans behind the goal love that. A throw in for Workington down the line, looking for Jerome. It's Symington. The challenge from Barragan and Cummins, and anyone that can get a foot in. Howarth clears out for a throw in. Into the final minute. It's going to be a throw in for Workington on the halfway line. The referee just making sure they take it in the right place. And the ref has told him yet again to take it from the right place. Can Barragan just get this clear? Oh, it's not the best clearance. It's going to be another throw in for Workington. Launched towards the penalty area. Can we get it clear? There's Rigg on the edge of the box. Need to close down. Cleared away. Kenji needs to do his best he can to shield the ball here. He's bundled over, but Watkinson's in. Challenges and gets it up the pitch. Desperate defending in the middle of the pitch and along the back line for Marine. Here's Harrison. 4 minutes to be added on, I'm hearing, at the end of extra time. Cummins is back defending. Rigg. It's Wordsworth, the furthest man forward of the defender. It's probably not who they wanted in that position, but he had the strike on goal, and it's just dribbled towards Passant. 4 minutes to be added on. So we are still a long way from over here at Borough Park. As it stands, Marine will be heading to the playoff final. Barragan plays it wide for Watkinson. Watkinson just needs to slow things down, get to the corner. Under pressure from Rigg. He's got a couple of men around him now. Tinion's joined them. Wins a corner. Brilliant from Owen Watkinson. And the Marine fans behind the goal singing his praises, as you would expect. They've been brilliant behind that goal all night, the Marine fans. Making plenty of noise. It's not an easy place to come to on a Tuesday night, but they've travelled in numbers. And they're taking as long as possible over this corner, as you would expect. Played short for Dunn in that corner. Good turn from Dunn, but it's just nicked off him from Harrison, who can hoof it clear. And Cummins with the biggest clearance of the night up towards the corner flag, but it's just gone the wrong side of a corner flag as far as Marine are concerned. It's gone out for a goal kick. I think Owen Watkinson's going to pick up a yellow card here for booting the ball away. That's the easiest decision of the night in terms of time wasting. Long ball cleared away by White. Watkinson's bundled over by Fennick. And Condon just lofts the ball over towards Kenji. Kenji's just offside in the eyes of the linesman. It was tight, but I think he's just about got that one right. Another chance for Workington to get men forward, and it is everyone going forward here. Desperate times for both teams. And a long clearance has gone up towards Kenji. Can Kenji just shield the ball? He's done well. Can he keep it? He can't quite. Barragan's gone in to help out. Rigg back to the goalkeeper. Keeper plays it out wide for Clark. Down the line. Not long to go now. Can he get a ball into the box? Clark on that far side. Done. Just about. Battle back. Keep the ball out the box. It's gone in. It's headed away. Symington tries his luck into the midriff of Bailey Passant, and it's his best save of the night in terms of importance. He's not had his best game, Bailey Passant, but that is an important one that he held on to that. In terms of added time, we were given 4. We have 35 seconds left of those 4 minutes to go. Long ball forward again. Up towards Kenji. Watkinson's piling in there. Casson looks to smash it forward. Watkinson stops that from happening. And they keep trying to gain a few yards on these throw-ins, and the referee's been a little bit pedantic in terms of it, but they won't care from a Marine standpoint. Jerome's got the ball in the box now, cleared away by Howarth. Watkinson can flick on, looking for Kenji. He's just about stayed inside his own half. Oh, he's not managed to keep it in play though. We've had the 4 minutes of added time. We are seconds away. The referee has blown his final whistle. I cannot believe it. What a comeback for Marine. From 1-0 down to 1-all. 2-1 down to 2-all in the 97th minute. And then 5 minutes into extra time, and Neil Kenji is the hero. 3 goals for him, 3 goals for Marine. And Marine are in the playoff final. They will travel to Runcorn Linnets on Saturday. What a result. Commiserations to Workington. They've been fantastic all season. It just wasn't to be on the night. But Workington 2, Marine 3. What a win for the Mariners. The season goes on, and I'll see you all on Saturday. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you soon.